Well, no real complaints in the weather department again today. Does it get any better than this? Nothing but sunshine during the day, clear skies at night. If you like the sun, you're going to like Friday, you're going to like Saturday. Our weather pattern stays very quiet in the coming days. After that, things turn quite stormy around here. At least our weather pattern is going to become more active late weekend to early next week. And there is the potential for another storm system as we head into the middle portion of next week. So those of you looking for a white Christmas, you might just get it. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for clicking onto my Weather Extra. We'll start off tonight's forecast looking at the clear skies in place. Notice there are a few clouds developing, especially over northern areas. So skies should become at least partly cloudy as we go into the overnight hours, but with clear skies, at least initially, we should have nice viewing of the Geminids meteor shower. And the reason I mention this, they peak tonight around 2 o'clock in the morning. They've been active pretty much all week long. In fact, I saw a very vivid one driving home last night on Washington Ave, looking off to the west there. But they peak tonight around 2 o'clock in the morning. This graphic here says about 120 per hour. Everything I've been reading today is about 50 per hour regardless. Should be a pretty good show. Last night was a pretty good show as well. This is a photo that was sent to me by WGME Chief Engineer Craig Clark, and I'll tell you, he's got to be a patient photographer to catch that. That is a beautiful shot of a meteor last night. So clear skies last night. Again, they've been active all week long, but they peaked tonight around 2 o'clock in the morning. There's really no light pollution out there tonight as well because there's no full moon or anything like that. So it should be pretty good viewing. High pressure remains in control. As long as we have the big H over us, that means we're going to have sunshine in the forecast. So really, Friday and Saturday both look pretty quiet around here. If you have any outdoor plans, I don't anticipate any weather-related problems. Now, just off of your screen, there is an area of disturbed weather. There's actually a little area of low pressure moving into the Four Corners region. The reason I mention that is our next storm system in its infant stages. So let's track this as it moves across the country. We'll see some snow moving into the Great Lakes with that primary area of low pressure for Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and moving into New England on Sunday afternoon and evening as well. I know there's a football game down at Gillette Stadium on Sunday night, so we'll have to see what kind of precip falls down there. I really haven't made too much of a forecast for southern New England, but there is the chance for rain and snow, I think, down in southern New England. Regardless, back at home, Maine, New Hampshire, temps look cold enough to support all snow. Whatever falls on Sunday should fall in the form of snow. I think there will be a sharp cutoff somewhere over central and northern Maine, so southern Maine should get a little bit more snow than northern areas. The primary area of low pressure is back in the Great Lakes Sunday evening. As we go into Monday, we're going to see it transfer its energy to a second storm system right along the triple point where the occluded front, the warm front, and the cold front meet. That's where we're going to see that secondary area of low pressure develop. Now, it's worth mentioning that different computer models handle this second area of low pressure differently here. Some sort of take it out to sea rather quickly. Others sort of wind it up and make it into more of a significant storm during the afternoon and evening Monday. Regardless, I think we're going to see some snow out of it, and there is the potential for the first significant or plowable snow of the season, especially away from the coastline. We have to at least entertain the idea of a mix and change over to rain at the immediate coast. And I'm not even convinced that's going to happen because the air mass is just going to be so cold on Sunday. Might take a little while to scour out some of that colder air, especially if we have a northeast wind. All right, that's one storm. There is the potential, and I stress the word potential, for a second storm during the middle portion of the week. That will be Tuesday into Wednesday. Some forecast models shoot this thing out to sea and give us a decent weekend. Others sort of slam us with another snowstorm, possibly some rain at the coastline. So still a lot of question marks as far as the next two storm systems go, but it looks rather active as far as the weather pattern goes, probably Sunday through about Thursday of next week. Storm Tracker starts us off tomorrow morning. It's not very active. Clear skies in place. Temps start in the 20s, 40s for highs by afternoon. It will become a little bit breezy, gusts to 20 miles per hour. As we head into Saturday now, we're starting in the 20s, afternoon highs warm into the 30s, and that's it. It's going to be a cold afternoon on Saturday, despite the fact we'll have full sunshine. That's going to play a role in our forecast because with the cold air in place, whatever falls in the form, as far as precip goes, should fall in the form of snow during the afternoon and evening on Sunday. I think Storm Tracker may be a little bit too quick bringing in some of the snow, but you get the general idea. It looks like some snow will be overspreading our skies Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and there's the potential for more snow and possibly some coastal rain or mix at the coastline on Monday with that first storm system here. Let's get a little geeky on you now. These are different computer models and how they handle these next or series of storms. I want to start you off in the upper levels of the atmosphere. This, oh, let's see here. This is the European model. This is Saturday night into Sunday here. The reason I want to show you this, notice this little trough. That's that first storm system moving into the Great Lakes. Notice this second one now as we head into the middle portion of next week. That trough is quite a bit deeper. We call this digging. The stronger storm should be developing with that sort of setup around here. Now, let's look at the surface pressure starting off around Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Remember that primary area of low pressure I was telling you about, the closed isobars in black over the Great Lakes, transferring its energy to a second storm system, which is mid-Atlantic coast, somewhere down in there. I also want to point out that sharp cutoff. Check out that sharp cutoff over central Maine and southern Maine. Southern Maine will actually should see more snow than northern sections with this setup. This is just the North American model, or the NAM. This is the GFS model. Notice the precip shield just a little further north, same old setup. European model right here, the precip shield is hanging over southern Maine and New Hampshire. This is, again, 7 o'clock on Sunday night. With that second area of low pressure developing offshore. Now let's take you through Monday morning now. This is actually 7 o'clock Monday morning. You get that second area of low pressure developing off of Cape Cod. This is the GFS model. It's the European model. Notice there's not a ton of a difference there. The GFS is just a little bit more developed and a little bit further north. But as we go through time here, we'll go through the GFS. It really winds the storm system up from Monday night into early, the pre-dawn hours on Tuesday as it pulls away. Now let's head down to the European model, where it's a little bit stronger and a little bit more precip. In fact, quite a bit more precip for Monday, late Monday into early Tuesday. That's with storm system number 1. In fact, while we're on the European model, let's take a look at storm system number 2. Based on this model, there will be a little bit of a break in the action for Tuesday at some point. As we go into the day, Tuesday night into Wednesday, here we go, that second storm system gets wrapped up, and sort of unusual track. If this were to take place, we would almost certainly see more snow for Wednesday, with the potential even for some coastal rain with that sort of setup right there. That's a stronger storm system south of Nova Scotia, sort of retrograding, almost backing in on us, which is a little bit unusual. We'll have to watch that pretty closely. With the GFS a little bit further out to sea and a little bit colder than the last runs here. So a few things are on the table with this one. Before I let you go, I want to show you projected snowfall totals. This is off the European, and I'd urge you to use this with a grain of salt because this is almost guaranteed not to happen here. But as we go through Sunday night, let's go through Sunday night into Monday now. The European model gives a solid half a foot of snow away from the coastline, close to 3 inches of snow here at the coast. But with that second storm system, notice how there's areas up near a foot by Monday night, and that second storm system, holy Toledo, some areas up near 2 feet of snow. Again, I probably shouldn't even be showing this because you know it's going to change, and it's almost guaranteed not to happen this far out. But it is on the table, a pretty active weather pattern, and I hope everyone stays tuned to the forecasts in the coming days. I'll have an update tonight on News 13 at 11. Of course, Craig will be back in tomorrow morning with another update on Daybreak. Hope